Where I find that I'm at now, I love all this evidence. I continue to connect the dots. I still have, for the most part, great days. But I have found, especially just over the holidays, being very reactive and very defensive.
You've brought us full circle to the conversation that we really wanted to have with all of you, because we started out by saying that there's only attraction, and Esther acknowledging as she got something from someone that she didn't want, and then she reminded herself there's only attraction. So why am I getting this from this person? Why am I getting this? And the conclusion that she came to is, I have somehow made that person feel defensive, not with my words, oh, I've been walking on eggs, not with my words, but with my vibration. I wasn't coming from love. I wouldn't have admitted it. And not coming from love, they felt defensive, and then I reacted to their defensiveness, then they reacted to my defensiveness, and now we're off to the races. Familiar?
Mm-hmm.
We love the two words that you brought here right to this important place. I don't want to be in my physical body and be a reactor. I don't want to react. I want to get up in the morning in tune with who I am, care about being in tune with who I am, milk it, encourage it, do whatever it takes to stay in tune with who I am, so that what I am presenting to the world is a vibration that when law of attraction reflects back to me what I'm reflecting out, I won't feel defensive because I'm not getting something that I don't want. What would make you more defensive than to want something and get something else? You know what you assume? You assume you're doing it to me because you, other person or other situation or whatever, I think I'm reacting to you, but I'm not. I'm reacting to what I'm evoking from you. And the reason I'm evoking it from you is because I'm attracting it from you. And the reason I'm attracting it from you is because I'm emitting it from me. Did you stay up with that? Yes, you did. Good for you. The only thing that you are ever reacting to is the results of your own vibrational output. And if you keep finding yourself reacting, then you might want to say, ooh, maybe I could do something about the output that I'm outputting. Because you got complete control over that. Can you feel yourself beginning to be back in your own driver's seat? And are you willing to let all of them off the hook? And do you want to say to someone, the next person who is defending themselves to you, do you want to say, I didn't mean to make you defensive. I'm sorry. I was pretending I love you with my words, but I don't think I'm really loving you. I think I was expecting negatively from you. And now that I'm getting this from you, I'm pretty sure. Because I've created this, you didn't. And they're going to go, man, whew, I don't feel a need to be defensive anymore. Because you just took away all my reason to feel defensive. Because you're not playing offense. You're not projecting something that's attracting something from me. This is big, friends. You're on the brink of getting it. And now we've chewed it over really well. Best conversations ever in all of the universe today. Now that we've chewed it over, your own personal life experiences are going to reflect back to you what you now understand. And it just gets better and better.
I wanted to add just two things. So that was like literally 12 hours of my allowing, accepting, and lining up to, and just letting go of everything. I met this person, and she was indeed the lawyer that I used. And later, I didn't know who he was. I never saw him again. Months later, after I was in the process with her, and my memory is not serving me right now, if it was 6 months later or a year later, I remember launching that rocket of desire. I would love to run into him again and thank him. And then I just let it go. And sure enough, I was driving along Pico one day, and I had an impulse to go into Office Depot or Staples or whatever, and I pull in, because I knew I needed something. And I parked in the parking lot, and I couldn't remember what it was that I needed. And then I got distracted with texting for about 15 or 20 minutes. Put it away. I'm like, oh, I'm wasting time. Now I remember what I needed. I went in. I came back down. I'm walking to my car, and a gentleman is walking this way. He just pulled in and walked over, and it was him. And I literally ran across the parking lot and said, you. And he looked at me. I said, you told me which lawyer. He says, oh, yes, I remember you. We stayed in contact through social media, and it was really funny how 4 years later, because he did not use her as a lawyer and didn't want to when he had an issue with his immigration years later. We connected, and I was able to provide some information from one of the other ones through one of my visas. But it's just so interesting when you're open and you play that game and you follow the impulses and you trust however it's looking, it's all working out for you.
A lot of words here, and you did a pretty good job of following this scenario. And the thing that we want to call your attention to, the most important thing that was presented here was, I had an intention and I received an impulse that seemingly had nothing to do with that intention. So I followed that impulse, and the impulse wasn't even strong enough that I remembered what the impulse was, because I couldn't even remember why I was over there. I just knew that I'd come for a reason, and then something else happened that caused me a time delay, because the reason I was there was for the rendezvous that I asked for, and the universe knew, in this vast universe in which I live, where he was, where I was, and what it was going to take to get us to rendezvous. And it's true of all things for all of you every time. There is so much love here for you. And for now, we are complete. Hey, you guys. So good, so good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.